So, the one thing I have been dreading this whole entire month has been Chapter 72 of Noragami, because as we know, how Noragami ended last month before Christmas was pretty catastrophic, to be honest, I must say. I mean, I'm not expecting anything like it, but it happened. I was like, no, Noragami, don't be doing this to me today. Like, just before Christmas as well, you go and drop the ball. You dropped the ball completely just before Christmas. I was just like, why do you do this to me? But it does it to me every single month. So you're used to it after a while. Like, it's Noragami's that one manga that reminds you that you can still feel again. Like, it just still reminds you emotions do run wild inside your body. And yeah, Noragami does do that. But all I'm hoping, what I pray, is the fact that Daikoku gets out alive, and then the heavens get the comeuppance. Just kind of realise, hey, yeah, what we're doing here is a bit wrong. Like, kind of just realise they're not good people. If that happens, you know what? I'll be completely content. I mean, I got my Christmas present because, God, I mean, I was dreading. I was like, the whole entirety of December after the point of the manga coming out, I was sitting there going, I'm gonna wake up on Christmas Day wondering whether or not they're gonna survive, aren't I? So the whole entirety of Christmas would be just be me wondering if or not they're gonna be alright. So that's basically my whole entire Christmas in a nutshell. Just like worrying whether or not Yato, Yukine, Daikoku, Kofuku, and everyone will get out alive. It was pretty terrifying, to be honest. Like, my New Year's wish was let them all survive, let them live a happy life. I just want that. But yeah. I mean, I'm also very freaking early with this today because I thought this would be coming out in the evening because Fastman actually said, oh, I'd be releasing in the evening. I was like, okay, so I can cover everything else beforehand and cover Noragami last. But no, it actually came out the earliest. I was like, yes! I was like, sweet, it comes out early. So I was actually kind of happy about it. But yeah, so I'm actually also covering it via the downloaded version, so I don't know what to expect. I'm literally in some kind of feeling of something bad might happen, but something good happened at the same time. So here's the thing, I was thinking to myself, and someone actually pointed it out like afterwards, what happens if Kofuku, because being the god of misfortune and everything, what happens if her misfortune kind of like goes towards the heavens, and then in the end the heavens lose? What happens then? Like, you never know, it could actually go that way. It could in theory end pretty freaking well, we're not too sure. But Daikoku dies. Ah! No! I would not want to imagine that prospect, that kind of idea that could happen. Nah. But either way, I have no idea what to expect, but hopefully everything turns out alright. I should in theory also put where you can actually go and get the manga as well, because otherwise people are like, where can you read the manga? Which is kind of something I get sometimes. There we are. So that's the manga location. Alright, so hopefully you guys can enjoy this. It's a bit of a different setup, I know, because I haven't covered it this way before, but I think if I actually show the manga as well, it actually might be better for everyone else at the same time, if you get what I mean. So if that's the case, hopefully we'll carry on like this. I think this might be the best way of doing things. But anyway, so yes, without further delay, let's get on with 72. Oh boy! Let's see how it all turns out. Let's see if it turns out alright. I don't know. Alright, so Mikagami of heaven, Daikoku of earth, let one of your deaths guide heaven's way, right or wrong. Whew, okay. Oh, the third is wrong. Oh, sweet Jesus! My boy survived! I'm so happy. I was actually so happy. Like, these feelings, my boy survived. My favourite character, my favourite couple survived. It's actually so nice. It's so nice. This ritual of the covenant has found heavens to be in the wrong. Therefore, bring the traitors before me. Bishamon, no, this can't happen. Divination is no means to excuse the ruin she has wrought. Is that wrought? How you say that word? I think it's wrought. Kill her, Your Majesty. Please reconsider. This The traitors and their vessels shall be spared from death, and by my name all is pardoned. Hey! See, I knew it was gonna end. I thought it was gonna end happily. It couldn't have ended badly. They have to give us some kind of nice present. Like, nothing that could go wrong. I was kind of sitting here going, please, love of Christ, just give me the present I wanted all my life and just let him survive. Because I wasn't going to cry. He's out! Yukine, oh, you're right, you've been saved, thank goodness. Vina, I'm so sorry. But Tenjin's lost a Shinki, though. That's the problem. The whole entire thing, Tenjin's lost a Shinki. Which then kind of makes me wonder what would be the whole entire relationship between Tenjin and Yato and everyone else now. Because there might just be some sort of ruckus in there. Like, it's not going to be completely 100% Daijo Boo. Like, mate, you want to go get some drinks kind of thing. It could, in theory, lead to some kind of discrepancies. I just don't know. That's the one thing I'm kind of fearing the most. If you catch my drift. That's one thing I also feared the most, is their relationship. I mean, yes, Daikoku survived, that's the main thing, it's kind of happy, that's the happiness we have now. But at the same time, Tenjin's lost someone, so what's that going to cause the relationship? We're not too sure. Maybe he might just in theory pardon everything, there might not be any problems involved. We're not too sure, but that's just kind of the problem here that I'm finding, is the fact of their relationship now. It could be all fine, I'm not too sure. That's the major thing. Lord, my lord. Ow, my chest just hurt just then. Ah, man. Sue, don't go. Thank you, all of you. Aravaki, Yato. Yato, are you okay? Everything's okay now, right? Thank goodness. Yato, another beer. But that's the problem now. It's also Yukine. Like, apparently people have been saying, because there's been spoilers all week for the whole entirety of the manga. It's one of the major things this manga had going back the whole entire week, is the actual spoilers it had. But one of them happened to be the fact this is actually the end of the arc, and I'm guessing the new arc starts, and apparently it might be Yukine's past. Which then kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen with Yukine. Will he actually manage to not kind of go the same way what happened with Bishamon and Shingi? Not too sure, because as we know, it happens to be something with certain Shinkis that they can, if they kind of, I think if they, it's some, because it happened with Nana as well, didn't it? Nana doesn't actually kind of have that problem because she kind of accepts the whole entire thing. Like, so I'm guessing maybe something might happen similar with Yukine. Not too sure. It is actually freaking cold in my room right now. Like, it's actually kind of it's the right mood for Noragami right now in my room, because it's freaking cold and everything else in between. Ah, throat's killing me as well. Yato-kun, 2 sake cups over here. Ah, I dropped it. Yato-sama, could we get a wet towel? Yeah, wet towel coming right up. Could you guys ease up on me a bit? I'm injured, remember? I'm so glad. Sorry about my goddess being like this the whole time. Look, no, you look damn pleased about it. Oh my god. That's why I couldn't accept the fact there could be a reality where Daikoku died, because just look at them. You can't separate those two. It's impossible. They belong together forever. It's just so adorable. And then when you actually kind of realise their actual entire, like, what happens when they were younger with the child, it kind of also makes you a bit more depressed as well. Oh god. That's why I kind of feared this chapter, but gladly everything's turned out alright, and Tenjin kind of seems a bit alright, but I'm guessing it probably might just be some discrepancies later on, I'm not too sure. I still maintain something's going to happen. I just imagine it. I can't believe that you were all pardoned, and that we were able to get out of it without losing anyone. Naturally, oh no, he didn't lose anyone then! Oh wait, okay. Sorry, that was just, I had a brain fart just then. No, so in the end, Sue survived. Well then, no, Sue, wait. Lord, my lord. Because it looks like she came back down, but then she goes back up. I don't know, maybe we might see it later on. I'm not too sure I just got that wrong. I'm sitting there now wondering, am I wrong? Am I right? Is that going to be the major thing for my brain? I can't believe that you were all pardoned and that we were able to get out of it without losing anyone. Naturally, it's because of everyone. naturally, it's because everyone here has such courage, Tenjin Dono. No, it was because we were backed into a corner and had no other option. Wagering your guideposts head is something unthinkable to anyone in their right mind. All shinkies are precious, but the guideposts especially so. I couldn't do it. I love Yato-chan and you got Yuki and Bishop, but I would have abandoned you. Hey, how's it going? I would have abandoned you, Kofuku. There's no need to be so hard on yourself. If Yato-san had been in your place, I'm sure he wouldn't have been able to put Yukine-kun forward either. And I'm sure Bishimon-san is the same. It's only natural. Yeah, it's the problem. I don't think Kofuku would be able to do it. It's the problem, because Kofuku wouldn't... they're inseparable. It's the problem. That's why I'm kind of... I don't know. They're inseparable. So I don't know what would happen to Kofuku if Daikoku would have actually lost. I don't want to know. That's a problem. I don't want to know because it would have killed her. Like naturally, it would have killed her. But I kind of hate to think what would happen afterwards. What could happen. So it's. Going worse than could be, right? When I got done subbing the shows. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. That's bad. That's happened to me before when I'm editing. Like, sometimes when I edit, my computer crashes. Like, I'm just like, no! And I lose everything, because I'm literally sitting there going, why would you do this to me? God, why would you do this to me now? Ah, man. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Did you manage to not save it? Because sometimes these things have auto recovery as well. That's a major thing as well, have auto recovery. And yet, you were most enthusiastic about betting me anyway, young master. Right, young master? I'll bet Cosmo got Bishop somewhere under pretty tight surveillance now. Bishop, get well soon. So what's going to happen with the sacred treasures that died during the Covenant? They're pillars of the entire nation. The three sacred treasures cannot die. They reincarnate as well, well in a different way than we do. Is that so? So does that mean we were the ones So does that mean we were the only ones who were actually risking anything? I guess. Rulemakers everywhere rig the game in their own favor. Yes, heaven cannot abide by defeat. Even so, why did Bishamon-san go through with all that anyway? Ah, that's terrible. That's bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, and Siren's getting subbed by Crunchyroll, but it's not available in England. It's regional locked outside of America in certain countries. I was like, thanks for that, guys. I wanted to watch Siren. I was like, as always, Crunchyroll stings me in some way, shape, or form. I've been wondering that as well. If she was actually plotting the high treason, she should have used Choki, but Cosmo-san disapproved of it. Her only option would have been to fight a doomed battle. There must have been some kind of dire situation that would have led to Bishamon-san choosing to wield the Hafuri. Such a thing was interpreted as an act of rebellion and led to the deployment of the subjugation force. And then there was even the suggestion that Heavens is an unwitting pawn, and that where the sorcerer came up again. That's where the sorcerer came up again. Sorry about that. Yeah, because Siren just magically got like kind of region locked. I was like, oh, like why would you go and do that to me? God damn it, Crunchyroll. Like, I don't know. I think Urarara is getting picked up by Amazon Prime. I imagine that's probably who's going to pick it up, because it makes sense if you get what I mean. If they pick it up. I don't want them to, because that's basically where anime goes to die. So it's kind of like, what's the point anyone letting Amazon Prime pick it up, because no one watches it. So what's the point? But I don't know. Yeah, you guys deserve a full explanation. The sorcerer is a man who carries a monk's staff. If you ever see him, please just run away. That's it? Yeah. You made it sound like you were going to give some kind of full testimony. Yeah, not gonna happen right now. Hold it. If you're going to throw up, at least use the bathroom. Honestly. And then there's your father. There's a secret involved. So I'll talk to you about it later. Seriously, those guys plan on just drinking all night, even though they've already got completely smashed at Karamukari? I'm home. Yuri, you are still here. Brr. Yukine-kun asked me to leave the window open. He finally just got to sleep, and I was going to head home. Oh Christ! It's going down the route of Yukine's path, isn't it? Like, it's going to explore that. It's going to be terribly depressing, to say the least. Oh man! Sorry for keeping you up so late. I make up to you with an I can't read that bit. Umaro later. Well, that's an entire month's wages. How generous. You've been pretty busy with everyone else yourself. Yeah, Kofuku's been crying her eyes out the whole time, and tension seems just to have finally calmed down. Whew. Ibisu was the least bothered of any of them, naturally. I still can't believe that the three of us are still here. I thought we were surely goners this time. I was scared too, Yukino-kun even more so. He was sealed inside that tiny stone coffin after all. It's probably why he wanted to see the sky. Which is it? A reaction to being sealed inside the stone coffin, or... It is his dad then. So it's completely, yeah, we all had the thought that it might have been his dad who he's seeing, but I'm guessing now it's concrete evidence that it's his dad, so his dad locked him inside the box. Freaking hell! Ah. That's awful. It's terrible. Oh man. Clack. I can probably close this now, it's getting cold. You get some rest too, Yato. When everyone's feeling better, we should go to Bishimon's. Let's actually see how Bishimon's doing as well, that's the other thing. Yato-sama. Wait. Oh no. It was that. Okay. I thought maybe it might just skip to pages, didn't they? Yato-sama, thank you for all that you have done for Our Lady. Thank you ever so much. I can see Bishimon. Yes, right. Yeah, can I see Bishimon? Yeah, right. Yes, right this way. I thought you'd be a bit happier, Yato. Well, you saved Bishimon-san, right? Everyone else seems pretty happy about that. It's not that I'm not happy, it's just I have no intention of crossing such a dangerous bridge again. As for Yukine, if Daikoku and the others hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened. Hey, Yukine, where are you going? To look for Kazuma-san. Oh, damn. This is going to be interesting. Like, to see their conversation afterwards, all that's happened, what's transpired, what Kazuma has done. It's going to be interesting because Kazuma's done quite a few things this whole entirety of this arc. Like, this arc has been pretty catastrophic for Kazuma's character because he's been on the downward spiral for the last couple of, I would say, 6 months. Like, he's been on a downward spiral, like, pretty freaking fast. But to actually kind of explore that now, it's going to be interesting because his actual, like, the person he cares about the most is saved, but what's actually going to happen to the relationship that he's actually kind of destroyed in the process? That's the major thing. We don't know. Whew! Okay. My lady has yet to regain consciousness. Paff paff guests. But she's still currently entertaining guests. Arabaki's there. And her Furinana. Yo, Anamagari no Mikoto. Hey, Baki, what's that all about? Ah, don't you know? That's what the heavens are calling you these days, Yato-chan. They're holding a bit of a grudge. Oh, so they've actually dubbed him a new name then. Not very cute. A little kind of chibi drawings at the bottom kind of make me happy. Okay, so I thought I killed Bishimon. I probably only didn't kill her thanks to an injured sword arm. I hope she wakes up soon. I hope she wakes up though. I hope she wakes up soon though. She regained consciousness momentarily and reverted Nana from her vessel from at that time. She also, please, oh God, in the divine cloak, a name against. I give this Hafuri a name against her will. If I could be permitted, she said, may she at least be freed from the penalty of eternal life. This incident of high treason may have been pardoned, but it didn't go so far as to ease Hafuri's past crimes. Nana still has her belt attached after all. Oh, still has a bell attached after all. If the bell had been broken, Nana would have died. I'm looking after her now, however, I can't name her. It's because once one is released, you can't name a second time. I thought it was crazy, but I guess it's true. You're actually. Yep, she was originally the previous Arabaki Shinki. She was the previous Arabaki Shinki, the Hafuri who fought by my side. As you know, my previous incarnation was executed, and she had her name revoked and was placed in a stone coffin. And yet you haven't done a damn thing about that until now. She's not like I was. It's not like I was good at with it. She was pretty shocked when I first found. Was pretty shocked when I first found out. I made a good many attempts to open that coffin. What my previous self would have done, I thought. But you weren't the one who saved me. I thought you'd been killed and were long gone from this world. But if you were alive, then why? Whew. It's getting heated. It's getting heated. I was a coward. I was afraid that if I opened up that box, the same fate would befall my other Shinki, so I couldn't do anything. I thought I could take advantage of the chaos and steal the Hafuri, but I still lacked the courage. I wasn't even sure if I could carry through with Bishimon's request. That is until I saw your face, Nana. But no matter what excuses I make when it comes down to it, I'm still not a master who would have done anything to save you. For a man to abandon his own daughter is a horrible thing. I'm sorry, Nana. Yato-san, Iki-san, are you taking your leave? No, Kuraha. Where's Kazuma? Well, he left saying I have stung Bishimon summer and has not returned. He underwent an absolution, so it should be no matter anymore. But he did. Why would he sting her? Because he knowingly did something wrong, or such is my belief. I also believe that Kazuma-san was doing was wrong. It was unthinkable for him to go on the run with Our Lady after she had committed high treason, and yet Our Lady was saved. Kazuma-san knew full well that it was a sin, but he would not give up on Our Lady. I was on the verge of abandoning her. Hold it, that's not how Bishimon sees it at all. She wanted you to keep your distance in order to protect you. And there are times when that was the right thing to do. Yes, I understand that. But for right now, all we can do is pray for Our Lady's recovery. Holy damn! Slam, wow, zik, clatter, clash, thud. I'd be a good special SFX guy voicing the things. Oh god. Huh? What is this? Don't tell me I am back in that box. Scratch, help me. Help, don't leave me in here. Yukine. It's okay, it's me. Yato. Are you two okay? This is all because I stuck my nose in where I shouldn't have. If it meant putting Yukine through such a horrible experience, then I never should have done anything to begin with. Yato, the reason Yukine-kun was saved was precisely because you worked so hard for everyone else up to now. And it was because you did all that everyone was willing to lend you their strength. So why are you being so hard on yourself? All I did was watch. He was right there in front of me. I didn't do a damn thing. I could hear him the whole entire time calling for help. I know exactly how much Yukine was suffering, and I still... I'll just right at the end now. Realise because they've not let me go further down. Yato, if you really hadn't done anything, I'd still be there right now. You protected me. You beat Takamizuchi-sama. You saved Bishamon-sama. You silenced Heaven. You did all those amazing things. So what's to be ashamed of? Are you stupid? Who cares about any of that stuff now? Acting on another's behalf, leaving a permanent mark. Sorry about that. New issue, colour first pages, and new development. Ooh, baby! Alright. That was chapter 72 of Noragami. Less catastrophic than I imagined. Like, I was kind of imagining these things that might go badly, but it actually turned out to be kind of alright. Granted, yes, there was still some ruckus still there. I mean, you've got Kazuma as well, who's still not technically in the complete clear. Like, he's kind of in a bad situation. Like, he's not in the best place in the world, like, right now. Neither is Yukine, which I'm guessing is probably the next arc. Granted, I think it might explore Kazuma as well, because Kazuma's pretty much gone off the deep end now. Like, he's stung his master. He knew what he was doing willingly was wrong. But I don't know whether or not he actually be able to look at her in the same way ever again. Like, after knowing the person that she should have actually kind of trusted the most has done all this to her now. Which then kind of puts in perspective the whole entire thing of Kazuma and Bishamon's relationship, which I always still find ironic. I still kind of find those two to be the most ironic characters in the whole entire manga, because their relationship is almost just built on foundations of it should never have worked in the first place, because it just I don't know. Whenever they're both together, stuff just happens that shouldn't happen. It's just, I don't know. Like, if they carry on, it's just, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know whether or not Bishamon will spiral further. I don't know whether or not Kazuma will spiral further and further away from where he's meant to be. Like, whether or not he'll be able to actually go back and actually be that guidepost for her, we're not too sure. It's a major thing. It's kind of those recurring ideas. Whether or not Kazuma will be able to actually kind of, take that mantle ever again. Because I don't know. Because he has done so many things during his whole entire arc that kind of puts in perspective that he cares about her. It's a major thing. We understand that. He cares about her deeply. That's the major thing we understand about his character. He cares about her deeply. He would go to anywhere in the world to actually go and save her. But at the same time, what he's doing is completely wrong. Like, he would destroy relationships he's built up to now. Very, very, very vital relationships to actually go and save the one he cares about. And it drifts further and further away from the kind of right path. He kind of goes towards the path of... As I think is what Kian said originally, he draws that line. He draws that line between master and servant. Like, he goes beyond that completely. Like, it's kind of gone into the kind of place of, yeah, no, this isn't right. This isn't the place where you should be right now. Like, it's very much there. As a major thing. It's very much in that kind of category, and I think that's what's kind of their wrongdoing. Their wrongdoing is their kind of closeness, because, as we know, sometimes closeness can actually work. I mean, if you look at Daikoku and Kofuku, they're like two peas in a pod. They work well together. Nothing's really wrong. But with Bishamon and Kazuma, it's just not the right kind of relationship they have. What needs to happen now, if, say, Kazuma goes back to Bishamon and actually kind of speaks to her, what he needs to do, and what Bishamon needs to do, she needs to put him in his place, and just basically say, like, look, fam, no. Just, no. Just kind of just say, no, fanboy, like, what you're doing is not the right thing to do. Like, I trusted this whole entire time, and you go and abuse my trust like this. Why would you go and do this? And he goes, oh, I care about you. And he goes, and then she would probably just go, no, look, okay, I know you care about me, but just don't do those kind of things. Like, I was like, I deeply care about you, but just don't go that far, because look what you've done. You've done so many things. It's kind of like, yeah. Like, it needs to happen. It needs to be a talk between those two. That's the major thing. It needs to be a talk between those two. They need to kind of sit down and actually kind of reevaluate everything, because I don't think they have the right attitude. I don't think they have the right way of thinking. I don't think they have the right relationship right now. And I think the next arc might explore that. Hopefully they do explore that, because it's the kind of thing that's there, and it needs to be fixed. The one major thing that needs to be fixed more than anything is their relationship, because I think in some ways, if they can actually kind of go back a tiny bit relationship and actually kind of not go beyond this line, and I think they could actually in theory work, because we've seen how well they work together. But it's just like he kind of just doesn't know when to actually kind of not cross that line. And hopefully the next arc just goes into that and kind of just says, look, what you've done here isn't right. Maybe, we don't know, maybe in some ways Kazuma might just ask for her to actually release him. We're not too sure. She might release him. We're not too sure again. It's his kind of ideas. We just don't know. And as well, the other major thing is Arabaki and Nana's actually like kind of reunion. That was kind of catastrophic as well. In essence, it was quite hard. Like he was deeply sorry about what he did, but it's the same thing. Like he never went there to save it. And I thought to myself, he might in theory take up quite a bit more of a less passive role and actually kind of do something in the world. But he didn't do too much. Didn't do too little. He was still there. Don't get me wrong. I thought to myself, he actually might do a little bit more during this whole entire arc. But what he did was actually not too bad. Like, it's a major thing. He kind of, in some ways, put, I guess, at points, I can't remember what I was going to say that one. I was going to say he kind of put Hiyori at ease, but he didn't really put Hiyori at ease, because he told her, look, just let him go, just let him reincarnate. So he didn't really put him at ease. So I can't say that, but I don't know. I have no idea. But that was a major thing. And also the other thing to note is at the end of every single arc, Yato always kind of blames himself for everything. Like in essence, he always blames himself for what's actually happened, how he could never have saved that person. And I just kind of sitting there going, it's terribly depressing, because he couldn't have done anything. Because I think if he would have tried to actually save Yukine at that one section while he was trapped inside that box, I don't think it would have boded well for the heavens. I think the heavens would have done something like to actually kind of counteract that. I don't think they would have let that slide. I think they would be like, yeah, no, you can't do that, and actually just do something like completely catastrophic. I'm not too sure, like, because I don't know, and it's kind of bad, because the dude's done quite a bit in this whole entire arc, don't get me wrong. He's kind of done stuff which has kind of then created this massive hole within the heavens, don't get me wrong. That's a major thing. He's created this massive, like, kind of crater within heavens, because he's split heavens, and now he's been dubbed a new name. But at the same time, he was the one that kind of took up the man to actually go and save her. And actually pretty impressive. He even put Takamizuchi in the right path. Granted, yes, Takamizuchi did kind of go back into the wrong path again, because of what happened with Kiin, when he basically just said to Kiin, look, I'll just give you up, don't worry. He kind of went into that path again, but he kind of made Takamizuchi realise the wrong he was doing, and actually kind of put their relationship in the right place. So, still, when he kind of beats himself up about everything, it kind of depresses you, because he doesn't technically do anything wrong. He does quite a bit, but he blames himself all the time for everything everything that actually happens, because he believes he could have done more, but he couldn't, because he just sat there and watched. But I just don't know what would happen if he didn't sit there and watch, and actually kind of just, I don't know, cut someone down. I'm not too sure what would happen. The heavens would have not taken kindly. But yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, that water got me back to the throat. But yeah, the other thing is Tenjin as well. Tenjin, I'd imagine Tenjin's the kind of character which I think there might just be something going on. Like, I've said it about 15 times, don't get me wrong. If I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself again. But to actually lose someone during that whole entire covenant might just put a strain somewhere in the relationship. Like, I have no idea what could happen. Like, to actually lose someone, to actually have lost someone during that, it's catastrophic. Like, it kills you, because you lost that person you've had there since day one, and you're kind of just sitting there going, freaking hell, like, my heart is destroyed. But he's calmed down, but at the same time, I still think maybe just behind closed doors there might be some kind of resentment. Like, it might not be kind of full resentment, don't get me wrong. It might not just be, freaking hell, mate, get out of here, I hate the guts of you. But there might be something going on there with his character. Like, not specifically shown now, but I think the lasting effects might just kind of come back. That's how I'm also seeing things, because they can't just not kind of let that whole entire thing slide. Like, he can't just let the fact that he lost a Shinki for Yato slide. Like, maybe he might, don't get me wrong, but I still think, like, it has that thing that sometimes people don't show it, but deep down inside themselves they have this kind of small resentment for that person. Sometimes it can just crack at any point. Like, if Yato's in this deep trouble with someone and Tenjin's standing right there, you just never know. Tenjin might just say, no, I'm not saving you. Like, look what happened back in the heavens. Like, I'm not doing anything for you. It could just come back randomly. That's a major thing. So I think maybe there just might be something there. Like, that's the other thing. It might just be something there. But all in all, I'm freaking happy that Daikoku got out alive. I'm happy that everyone else got out alive, because I was fearing the worst at this point, because I didn't know whether or not anyone else would lose. But the fact that the heavens wouldn't have lost anyone anyway, it's just like, freaking hell. Like, these guys have got, like, this back door for everything. Like, if they're in trouble, there's a back door for everything. Like, they don't ever kind of exert this idea that something not bad, like, something bad could happen to them. At the same time, they kind of have something else which kind of saves them. It's kind of like, well, dude, come on. Like, why? It's like, just accept the fact you've defeated yourself and just live on like that. Kind of fix yourself. Because I thought to myself, here's the other thing that I was kind of imagining it might happen. Now, because the heavens have been defeated, they've actually kind of been seen in the wrong. What's going to happen now in the heavens? Like, will the heavens then change their ways? Will heavens then realize, well, freaking hell, okay, look, okay, we're not completely just. We're just complete douchebags, okay? We accept that now. We're not kind people. We're absolute, I don't freaking know. I don't know there's an adjective in the dictionary to describe our way of thinking. So how about we fix these things? Because there were times in the manga thus far, I think it was in chapter 70 or 69, one of the two. I think it's after Takamizuchi's kind of, like reconciliation. I think it's after that point Takamizuchi tried to actually say, look, okay, don't worry guys, like, you're fighting a losing battle here. Like, someone up there is betraying you. Like, you're being a pawn. Like, and then you saw off that point that people were saying that maybe, yeah, you're right. Like, what happens if we're actually not in a complete clear here? So I imagine there's people there who imagine they're not in the clear, so there might just be some changes there. But at the same time, I still think they're too arrogant enough to actually realize how wrong they are, so they won't fix themselves. They're still going to be in the same place like later on to the manga. I still think they'll be like that. They're saying, look, yeah, we're just. Our word is just. Get the F out of here, mate, because we're not changing the way we think. I still think it's going to be there, because, god damn it, they never change. They never will, and they're always going to stay the way they are, because they're like that. They're the heavens. They're douchebags. They don't help anyone. They help themselves, that's it. It's kind of sitting there going, freaking hell, like, whenever they appear, anger just builds up in you. You just want to go and punch them in the face. You just want to, like, put your fist through the computer and just punch them and go, no. Because it's true, because how have they gone this long thinking that way? Because, god damn, like, it's just not right. Like, they can't constantly think this way. They can't honestly sit there and say, well, look, we're right. It might end up being something like a civil war in the heavens. Now, see, I imagined that. I've said that for quite a few times. There might just be a civil war. There might just be two bands who say, yeah, we're right, and yeah, we're wrong. But I don't know how many people would actually kind of say, yeah, we're right. Like, or no, how many people say, yeah, we're wrong. Because the right people probably say, yeah, we're freaking right. There might be like billions of them. But to say the people who are wrong, I don't think they've been too vocal. I don't think they've been vocal enough to say, yeah, there might just be a civil war, like, completely, because I don't know whether or not there's going to be enough. There has to be enough no and a yes. Like, there can't be about 1 billion yeses and about 2 no's. Like, it's never going to work. But to kind of not go through with that would be kind of weird. Not, I can't say that. Let's reiterate that sentence. For that not to happen, I'd be surprised, because I think that's what's going to happen. I think, and I imagine there might just be a civil war. Like, there has to be something going on in that kind of place. Like, I don't think they can go on anymore like the way they think it, because now they've been defeated. Now there's going to be people sitting there going, look, we were wrong. People are going to be sitting there going, yeah, we were right. Like, there has to be something going on there. Like, they're not showing us yet, but I think as time goes on, the manga will show us. Like, there's subtle, like, kind of destruction within the heavens. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's literally going to be the major thing as well. Like, next arc's really going to focus on Yukine, because as we're seeing right now, it's kind of really foreshadowing this idea of what's really going on with Yukine, because now we know, we thought to ourselves the whole entire time, the person who actually trapped him inside that box was his dad, but then we had concrete evidence that yes, it was his dad, so it's going to explore that whole entire idea. So I have no idea what to expect, because it's going to be depressing. Like, it's one of the major things. It's going to be like enormously depressing, because to see someone do that to his own son, it's terrible. And it kind of has this recurring ideas of how fathers are like towards their son and daughters. Like, we saw it with Arabaki and Nana, we saw it with Yato's dad and Yato, and now we're seeing Yukine and his dad. So it's gonna be painful, very much so. It's gonna be the major thing. I think this arc's gonna be the more depressing, and I think this arc coming forward is gonna be more depressing than the arc previous, because this arc was depressing, don't get me wrong, because we had major things happening which really did kind of get to you, like this whole entire idea of the Covenant and losing these Shinkies. It really does get to you, don't get me wrong, but I think now, because we've invested so much time into these characters, seeing Yukine's past, seeing what actually happened to Yukine will actually destroy us internally. Like, it will break us into two. We won't be the same ever again. That's the major thing. I can't see that happening, but I don't know, because I don't want. I say I imagine that I don't want. Let's reiterate that sentence again. No. I don't want anything bad to happen to Yukine, because I don't want anything bad to happen. Like, he might reveal what happened. He might just find out what happened to himself, and actually then turn into what happened with Bishamon's Shinki, and then die. I don't want that to happen. But at the same time, I think maybe Yukine might have built up some resilience against it, and actually might be able to survive it. We're not too sure. Maybe he might actually see his own death, might actually see what actually happened, might have seen his name, and actually then kind of just say, well, look, that's what's happened. I can get past that now, and actually I know what's happened, actually go beyond and actually kind of live. Like what happened to Nana, because Nana actually kind of knew of it, and actually just carried on. Like, she accepted death anyway, so that's the whole entire thing with her. Like, we understand that she accepted death, so nothing really ever phased her, but we don't know, because there are times when Shinkis and blessed vessels and everything else in between don't kind of succumb to that God's divine secret, I think is the name of it. Like, I think sometimes they don't actually have that, so just maybe there might be some discrepancies involved, and Yukine might survive it. We're not too sure. I almost dropped my water. But yeah, I mean, Christ on a bicycle, this arc. Like, this arc has been surprising, because I've covered this whole entire arc for the past year now. Like, I got to this at the beginning of January, and now I'm actually here again. Was it the beginning of January or mid-January? I think it's about there, in about the mid to beginning. But yeah, and it's been a roller coaster. Like, that's what it's been like, a roller coaster of unpredictable events. Like, I just never knew what was going to happen next, and I love that about it, because one of the things this manga does perfectly is the unexpectedness of it, because I always love when a manga just kind of just throws a curveball, like, all the time, and this manga does it perfectly. Like, you just never knew what was going to happen next. Something always happened that surprised you. And I always loved it, because every single month, coming back to it just filled me with depression, don't get me wrong, but it filled me with happiness, because the writing was so great, and you just kind of felt for these characters. You wanted everyone to survive. You wanted certain people to just kind of get punched in the face and kind of say, mate, no. That's what I loved about it. This manga does so many things phenomenally, and I don't think it gets enough credit. I think this manga is too underrated for its own good, because no one actually talks about it, which is really depressing, because it's actually one of the best mangas that comes out. It's actually really freaking, like, annoyingly depressing, because there's only like, two of us that actually really speak about it, which is, like, I don't know. I always find it surprising about that, why it's only ever two of us. But yeah, I mean, Bishamon going through this whole entire thing has been kind of like fun to watch, because you just never knew what's going to happen with her. You never know if she's going to survive it, because I always thought to myself, you know what, she might just reincarnate and actually kind of just go forward like that. But at the same time, what happens if she actually survived the whole entire thing? Because as we know, as I think the Fire God said it, if she were to survive this whole entire thing, she would get named, like, kind of, she'd be like Yato. She'd just go back to what Yato was originally. Like, I don't know, because I don't know what's going to happen now, because she survived it. I don't know whether or not the heavens are going to sit there and go, yeah, like, dude, you've done, like, girl, you've done so much. Like, so your name's gonna get changed. You're gonna get revoked and actually have a different kind of title, because that's what I'm kind of imagining going to happen as well, because I know actually everything got pardoned, so it's fine. That's the other major thing. I just realised that. I'm gonna say because I'd say that a name got changed, but then everything got pardoned, so that won't happen. But saying that not say if anything didn't get pardoned and bad things happened, I imagine that would be the case, that maybe her name would be changed completely. That she would be like Yato was originally. That's what I'm kind of imagining. But Yato even got a name change as well. Like, he got changed completely to a different kind of title, which was kind of surprising. I didn't expect that either. So that was kind of interesting as well. But I don't know what to expect next. That's a major thing. I have no idea what will happen, and I'm kind of fearing. That's a major thing. I'm kind of fearing what might just happen next, because by the looks of things, it looks it's going down the depressing route. It's going down the route of every single month we're literally going to kind of be crying quite a bit, because it's going towards Yukine's past, as I said before. I said that 15 times. Like, it's going towards Yukine's past. It's gonna be one of those things that might just kind of destroy us entirely. Like, it has to kind of be the major point of it. Besides Kazuma. Like, I think Kazuma might just be there as well. I think Kazuma needs to kind of have his own time as well. I think Kazuma needs to kind of be explored a bit more, because he's not completely in the clear. Like, as I said before, he's done stuff. What happens if he's gone towards where Yato's father is? What happens if he's gone towards Fujisaki? Like, gone to kind of meet him? Because he's done that before. Like, in essence, say Bishamon wasn't able to actually kind of win his battle, and he's basically saying, look, well, if she can't win it, then I'm the only one that actually can do anything. What happens if he actually is going to go there and try and kill him? Like, we just don't know, because I think it's happened before. In essence, Kazuma's gone towards where Fujisaki's been and actually kind of tried to take him down. So history can repeat itself, and we have this whole entire thing happen again, which might just be kind of really catastrophic as well, because as we know, the whole entire thing with Yato and Fujisaki is the fact that Fujisaki dies, then what's going to happen to Yato? Because Yato lives upon this like kind of remembrance of him. So what's going to happen once Fujisaki's gone? Like, we know if Fujisaki dies and Yato dies, so that's the whole entire thing. It's a losing battle that Yato is fighting here. But again, we never know what might just happen. Something else could happen in between that actually might be able to fix some things. We just don't know. That's the other thing. Because I always kind of maintain, like, we get these whole entire ideas of everything bad might just happen, but I think sometimes Noragami tends to sprinkle in some good things happening at the exact same time, which might just be something might be recurring as time goes on. Maybe Yato might just kind of grow to be bigger than he was before. We don't know. That's why I kind of hope. I hope that he gets recognition sometimes, because he deserves it. Like, he beats himself up, but at the same time, he's a dude. He's the man, which is kind of the painful thing, because he did at the end of Ibisu's arc as well. He beat himself up about what happened with Ibisu, which was kind of depressing, and he's done the same thing here. So I think maybe, just maybe, as time goes on, good stuff might happen to Yato. And again, Hiyori could be like the one that could keep him alive too. That's what I'm kind of maintaining as well. I'm kind of maintaining that we have this perception that Fujisaki is the only one there that can keep Yato alive. But what happens if Hiyori just keeps the memory alive? What happens if Hiyori just builds a massive shrine? Like, she becomes an architect and goes, yeah, guys, my first decree of being an architect of 7 years, I'm gonna build a massive shrine for Yato. And actually then Yato gets some followers, and then Yato has his remembrance. Like, we don't know, because I think what this manga tends to do, it kind of puts this whole entire idea of the perception of the reader. It kind of plays with that, because as we said with the whole entire idea of what's going to happen if, say, Kazuma was lost. We don't know what's going to happen if Kazuma was lost. But I think this manga tends to play with the perception, so we think the bad things that could happen, but at the same time, good things do kind of come in the background. That's what I quite like about it. It always kind of paints these bad things. It kind of is it's a manga technically in some ways built on that. Hit my computer desk. But at the same time, there are certain things which tell you, no, everything is bad. Everything is sort of good at the same time. That could happen. We don't know. Maybe Bishamon might just kind of realise her mistakes and actually kind of build a better future. Maybe Kazuma might realise his mistakes. Granted, I don't think he might, because the dude's an a-hole. So he's kind of off the deep end completely. So I don't know whether or not he actually might just think to himself, okay, yeah, look, I'm a freaking douchebag, and I might just have to change my ways. I don't think he will, but you never know. But yeah, all in all, this manga arc has been kind of catastrophic, to say the goddamn least. I didn't expect Yato to go the way he did, but I'm actually kind of shocked I kind of was shocked more of the outcome of it, because I thought to myself maybe that the heavens might just kind of turn on him, and actually then he might just kind of be put in a firing line. But actually kind of then kind of go towards where he was then was kind of like, whoo! Like, I was kind of shocked. I was like, man, like, I didn't expect it to happen. I thought there might be some silver linings, but nope. That happened. I was like, great. And kind of everything else that happened was just like, man. But one of the things manga does perfectly is its cliffhangers. That's one thing that its manga does really freaking damn well, and it did it so many goddamn times during its whole entire arc. Like, last chapter before Christmas, that cliffhanger was perfect. It was depressingly perfect. I loved it. I thought, you've gone and done that now. I've got to wait a whole entire month to find out. And it's Christmas. You're going to make me wake up on Christmas Day going, freaking hell, what's going to happen with them? Are they going to survive? I don't know. So, this manga's phenomenal. That's what I love about it. But hopefully going forward, we get some sprinkles of nice kind of events. I don't want to kind of it to go forward and just be depressing as time goes on. Like, it's kind of painting it's going towards. I want to have a kind of nice chapter, like just what happened towards the end of this chapter, but I think maybe not. I want it to happen, but I don't think it will. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah. So all in all, that's probably been me with this chapter. Hopefully you have enjoyed this very long live stream, because it has been really freaking enjoyable. I love kind of talking about this manga because it's actually so fun to talk about, because there's so many things going on that we never can anticipate. And actually it's kind of then nice to kind of theorize everything that could happen next, because this manga is kind of built on the idea as well of theorizing what could happen, because anything could happen. I mean, Fujisaki's gone, but what's going to happen to him? He might just come back and go, hey, guys, I'm not gone, you know. I'm still here. And then fighting might ensue. We're not too sure whether or not that Yato might just kind of go there and go, fam. Nah. And kind of just then put him in his place. We're not too sure. Hopefully, again, that's the case. Hopefully, again, that might just be something that could happen. Like, he could just put him in his place and actually kind of then good things might happen. We're not too sure. I still maintain something's going to happen with Kazuma and Fujisaki. Like, it's not going towards the idea of not going there as well. Like, I think that might just happen as well. But yeah, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed this live stream as a whole. If you have enjoyed this stream as a whole and you don't leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here and I stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because it does help me quite a bit. But until later on today with that random lolly Battlefield anime, I think Siren, I also think as well, is Showa coming out today? I have no idea. If Showa's out today as well, I'll see with that anime as well. I think also Fuka comes out today as well. So I've got a packed day ahead of me. So yes, until then, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.